work that out right now with James Franklin. It's on the quarterback to make sure he puts that ball in the right spot. The running back has to have his eyes up the field and looking for that hole. And James Franklin and Chad Simpson just had a little discussion. Let's see where that handoff came. It was a little bit high up in his shoulder pads.
2nd and 10. Out of the pocket, pressure on, ball's loose. And the Eskimos get back on it, and Simpson has fumble recoveries on back-to-back plays, but that's another 2 and out, and they went backwards on that drive.
Well, got what they wanted with the punt and then the 2 and out and better field position, way better field position, but went backwards. A late flag.
There is a flag down in front of the Eskimo bench. See what this is about. Was a loss of 18.
There is no infraction on the play. Will be 3rd down.
Pretty good speed leading tackler for the Calgary Stampeders, Jerome Mayo, up there at the top of your screen. Now he steps up, and Chad Simpson's got to try to block him. Does it initially, but that little inside move when he saw Franklin try and get outside and run towards that sideline, closed quickly.
Hasn't had any answers for that Calgary defense today. Now Anthony Parker back. And Sean White with the boot. Parker lost that. And I think Eskimos had a shot at it. Calgary may have got it back. What an opportunity. That was Blair Smith that had bounced off him after Parker lost the handle. But who gets it back? And it's Lamar Durant, the rookie, who saves the day for the Stamps. That would have been a big turning point. Off Parker, off the Eskimos, and Durant at the bottom of the pile.
Anthony Parker's fighting it right now, and he, in that last series, that last play, dropped this punt right off his shoulder pads, just lost his focus, and I'm wondering about his confidence level after the 2nd down play on the previous series when he had this throw from Bo Levi Mitchell right in his hands and probably could have turned the corner, makes one man miss, and he gets a 1st down there. So now he's got to battle with those psychological demons. Get rid of that.
Stampeders fortunate to retain possession. They start at the 25, hand off to Harrison, and he gets crunched at the line of scrimmage.
What a hit. And you take a look at matchups that favor one team or the other. Now, this is a good football player, Marquay McDaniel, and solid money when it comes to catching the football, but he's asked to block Odell Willis, and that's not going to happen very often.
So it's 2nd and 10. Feels like the wind picking up. Mitchell throwing into it. And a pass for Fuller, a little sidestep, but unable to break away from Patrick Watkins and J.C. Sherritt. Another 2 and out. We've had a lot of those in this game on either side of this defensive struggle.
It seems to me the wind is picking up here a little bit in Calgary. It's in the face of the Stampeders right now. They're punting into it. So if it continues to build here, the Stamps will have it in the 4th quarter. It means that Edmonton has to try and take advantage while they have it. Try and get James Franklin into a rhythm.
And that hangs up a little bit in the wind. Just a 30-yard punt. Kendall Lawrence going the wrong way, and Glenn Love takes him down. Stampeders with the lead, trying to win their 5th consecutive game and their 12th in a row over the Edmonton Eskimos. The rematch next Saturday at Commonwealth.
Jam-packed McMahon Stadium, Labor Day Classic. Happy Labor Day weekend. Canadians across the country, a little cooler than we're used to,
Yeah. More problems for Franklin. Does get it off, and no, it's skipped incomplete. As he had to hurry the throw, even setting up a screen
Well, he's made a difference. Charleston Hughes mentioned those 5 sacks in back-to-back games 2 years ago, then had an injury-plagued season and got his 7th in this one this afternoon. But it's been not just the sacks and the stats, it's been pressures.
2nd and 10. Stands in, delivers deep, and almost intercepted. Burnett was step for step with the intended target, Darrell Walker.
Yeah, Burnett was there, and he had help from Brandon Smith, the halfback, so they were basically vicing Darrell Walker, and this was just James Franklin now sort of in desperation with the wind at his back, saying they just see if his receiver can go up and make a play in the double team. But Burnett says, not on my shift.
So Sean White to punt. Again, the wind feels like it's picking up, and White sends that to Burnett. 44-yard punt and a fumble. Flag down. And who comes up with it? Looks like the Eskimos have got the football. Again, a flag. And does Chris Jones get the special team play he was looking for?
The flag is in the no yards area, although we've seen illegal blocks down there too. But I don't think there was an Eskimo in the 5-yard restraining zone.
It's like the call is going against Calgary.
Illegal block. Calgary. That penalty's declined. There was a fumble on the play recovered by Edmonton. First down.
Andre Prue is just waiting for confirmation of the turnover from the command center.
So no 5-yard rule there. It was an illegal block against Calgary, and Jordan Lynch again.
Forced fumble. Big opportunity. Edmonton starts at the 28. Franklin firing it. Goal line incomplete, wanted Bowman. And there's Joe Burnett again, and he's had quite an afternoon against his old team.
Well, he's been in such great position that there's no spot for Franklin to get the ball. I mean, he's trying to get the ball out there to Darius Bowman. He puts him out at the wide receiver on the short side of the field, and he's got the one-on-one with Burnett, number 24. But watch the great inside position. Doesn't bite on the double move. Now he's staying on the outside shoulder with inside help from the safety, Josh Bell.
2nd and 10. And the pass is caught. Walker trying to stretch out. Burnett there. And that should be enough for a first down.
Boy, he had to go up and get that. That was a tough catch by Darrell Walker, because he's running the out here. And that ball is thrown to the inside, and he has to reach around and come back and go up and get that. Knowing that Joe Burnett's coming, he just sits on that crow and then look after climb the ladder.
Last 2 catches, exactly 10 yards. And so the Eskimos move into the red zone for the first time today. Here's Franklin looking into the corner of the end zone and overthrows Devin Bailey, but terrific coverage from Fred Bennett, the Western All-Star, on the corner.
Right now for Edmonton, the run game is an afterthought. And they are just back there slinging it with the quarterback in his 2nd start in the Canadian Football League. And then McIndoe saying without Shakir Bell, they might as well just throw it.
James Franklin, 50% completion. 13 of 26 for 105. Looking at 2nd and 10 and trying to change the play in the McMahon dim. Stafford can't hear the call, and it's a quarterback draw. And it's not going anywhere. Duron Mayo. But a flag down. Did he even get the play off?
Yeah, did he get it snapped in time? Trying to change it on the line, and then the crowd here at McMahon Stadium, they jump in and get involved, and they make it tough for him to audible.
Holding. Edmonton, number 60. Penalties decline. 3rd down.
Well, they got it off just in time, and then the holding call, but
Against the center, Justin Sorensen.
Deron Mayo had that quarterback draw sniffed out. He was going to get there in a hurry and did. Again, this time, Edmonton emptied the backfield, so no Chad Simpson even back there as an option.
John White comes on to attempt his first field goal as an Edmonton Eskimo. And Grant Shaw, calf injury in practice late in the week, gives White the opportunity. And his first is a 23-yard field goal to make it a 9-point Stampeder lead. $135th U.S. Open continues tonight. Round of 16 action. Catch the matches beginning at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on TSN 2. Unseasonably cool here for Labor Day. All the Labor Day games we've done together. Usually the weather is warm, sunny.
It was hot in Toronto and Hamilton for the first game.
Stampeders have had a rough second half offensively. A throwback here to Walter. And J.C. Sherritt closes quickly to bring Walter down at the 41-yard line.
You know, Dexter McCoyle got out of there. He didn't make the tackle, but he got out there because he saw offensive lineman Shane Bergman get out in front of Matt Walter and was, I'm sure, wondering, as I was, why if Bo Levi Mitchell is rolling to his right, is there a lineman way over here on the left side? That was just a good defensive read there.
2nd and 4, 3 possessions, 3 punts for Calgary, second half. Matt Walter not going to get there, stopped short. Gregory Alexandra, Marcus Howard.
How short
on the tackle? Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 2.
I wondered if John Hufnagel was thinking about it here, but in his own end and 2, no way.
And the 3rd 2 and out of this second half for Calgary, and Maver has to punt into this wind one more time as the 3rd quarter is about to come to an end.
When you punt into the wind, you can try and drive it low, but that also means the returner gets it quicker. Oh, not this time.
Oh, this really hangs up. An indication wind has been a difference, and Watkins fields it. It'll be a no yards call, and Patrick Watkins not usually a return man.
Heads up play by Pat Watkins, though, because Maver was hustling down to try and get it.
Better be careful. He actually threw the ball casually at a Stampeder, but we've seen that called. Instead, just the no yards against Calgary. And Andre Prue telling us we're going to get one more play because of the penalty. So Edmonton gets one last offensive play with the wind here in the 3rd quarter.
Best drive of the game for Edmonton started with Kendall Lawrence, and Chris Jones may have to go back and try and get his utility back involved in the offense. Those high percentage throws.
Pressure underneath and the pass behind. Darrell Walker with pressure, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. Stampeders holding on to a 9-point lead. Rick Wilson, the lone touchdown. Well, maybe not the only one. Calgary with the lead, 13-4, headed to the 4th. Well, if you like stingy defense and not much offense, this could be called a classic.
Yeah, well, sometimes the defense wins, and Bo Levi Mitchell, last 2 series, 2 and out. Those are middle of the road numbers for him, and the Edmonton Eskimos just can't get anything going offensively. It looks to me now like James Franklin is starting to see ghosts. Sometimes it's not even pressure, and he's bouncing around and rushing throws.
And without a run game to help rely on, more pressure here. And is that another grounding call? They're ruling incomplete. And just avoiding a sack. But another 2 and out for a struggling Edmonton team. Okay, I wasn't going to ask, but I will.
Okay.
Under any circumstances, well, considering the circumstances, would you consider a quarterback who hasn't played since week 1, just coming back off a knee injury, to finish up with the way the Eskimos are struggling?
I don't know about that.
Joe Burnett back, and there's going to be a 15-yard no yards penalty against Edmonton after a 38-yard punt into the wind by Sean White.
Mike Riley's number 3 on the depth chart today. I don't know about rushing him. They say maybe next week, so it would be rushing him to get him into this game, and now it's colder here in Calgary. He hasn't played for 3 quarters, isn't warm. I doubt we'll see him.
We're told there was some soft tossing on the sidelines. He was riding the bike earlier, but he just to stay loose. It's getting chilly, isn't it?
Bowman might just be catching a couple.
Well,
maybe he's trying to loosen him up.
Not saying, just saying.
Just saying.
Here's Bo putting that one up, and it falls incomplete. Intended for McDaniel, but great coverage there from Aaron Grimes.
This is more than soft tossing. This looks like a quarterback trying to loosen up here in the 4th. Sarah Orleski on our sideline mentioned in the first quarter that he was very close to returning. That's why he's dressed. And Chris Jones said he wants to make sure he's 100%, which he's not quite. But do they rush him?
Only by Mitchell, only 2 completions second half. In trouble here, and dropped back at the 20-yard line. Flags flying, and Armando Sewell tumbling after the sack.
Illegal block, ends to the face, Calgary number 50. Penalties decline, 3rd down.
That's Spencer Wilson, and it's 4 consecutive 2-and-outs for Calgary. Their offense is stalled.
4-man pressure from Edmonton here, but it's Odell Willis on a little bit of a stunt with Sewell, and he gets there. So see the hand to the face right in the middle of your picture on Wilson.
2nd sack of the season for Sewell, 25th career sack for the All-CFL defensive tackle. Kendall Lawrence scrambles to the 50, good field position. And it is going to be Mike Riley.
Good question.
On cue for the Eskimos in the 4th quarter. Well, we were not expecting to see Mike Riley today. Let's check in on the sidelines again. Sarah Orleski.
Well, Chris, with about 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, I started to notice Mike Riley becoming more active on the sidelines. He was stretching. He started to do some light throwing. Still not necessarily expecting to see him in, but then I saw him go up, speak with Jarius Jackson, then have a few brief words with Chris Jones, and then Jarius Jackson came back in. Came over, spoke to him, and I saw Mike Riley mouth to somebody, "I'm going in," and now he's back.
Sounds like he made the call.
Knee injury week 1, first game back, play action, and he throws it to Kendall Lawrence with a flag, drops the ball, but out of bounds. Does Calgary touch it last? I don't think so, but there is a flag. And Josh Bell does a little dance, thinking he might have been last to touch it. Offside against Edmonton.
Offside, Edmonton, number 81, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Yeah, based on the conversation with Chris Jones yesterday and based on, what we know about where Mike Riley's at, which is not at 100%, which he wanted him before he put him back in the lineup, this is a surprise. But it sounds, as Sarah mentioned, like he made the call and said to his coach and the coaching staff, hey, I'm going to go in. I'll give it a shot here in the 4th quarter.
Down by 9, trying to break an 11-game losing streak against your arch rivals in the competitive room. Look at him go, 50-yard line, and the ball comes loose at the end. But it looks like a 1st down run, and that is just Mike Riley.
Well, but again, like now is he limping on that leg a little bit and
wearing a brace.
He's got the brace on. I mentioned how cold it's become. He's been sitting for 3 quarters, And in his second snap, takes off and runs, and then takes a hit. Josh Bell coming from the safety spot. Now, Matt Dunnigan will tell you, if you're dressed, you should be available to play.
I was just thinking about Matt and Buck Pierce, guys like that. Just don't change their colors, do they? Here's a shot downfield. Boom, it's got it. Brings it in, and with the veteran quarterback back, the Eskimos are in the red zone just like that.
Second layer, he's going to have one on the shallow post underneath, and that's Darrell Walker. Goes behind him to the deeper post. Bowman fights it, but catches it on the second try, and Mike Riley steps up to his first deep throws on his return.
37-yard strike, and it's a first down Edmonton. Down at the 12. Short drop, pressure on, and he runs out of the pocket and down at around the 10-yard line for 1 or 2 on the play.
All of a sudden, a new beast to try and corral when you're Rich Stubler in this Calgary Stampeder defense. The veteran back in there, you see a little bit of a lift, and the entire offense, it's a bit more of a jump in their step. And then the big play on Bowman, they've got a little momentum here. Can they finish the drive?
Kendall Lawrence is the running back. 2nd and 9. Short drop, open man, drop ball, Devin Bailey. Would have been a first down and probably a touchdown.
Wide open, Devin Bailey. No excuses, flat out drop, wide open, and probably scores, or at least gets down the first down territory and to the 1-yard line.
Mike Riley's back in charge. And now to get them within 6. White puts it through. And we've got a game with just under 10.5 minutes to go. 13-7. Stampeders have the lead.